After the US and Israeli airstrikes on 3 of Iran's nuclear sites, US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth said there's no intelligence indicating Iran moved any highly enriched uranium to hide it from the bombs. He claimed everything was where it was expected, dismissing satellite and media reports suggesting Iran relocated material in advance.
So I'm not aware of any intelligence that I've reviewed that says things were not where they were supposed to be, moved or otherwise.
This confident US stance clashes with earlier reports from Pentagon intelligence that suggested Iran might have shifted uranium from the Fordo facility and that the strike set back Iran's nuclear program by only months, not destroyed it. They even showed what the bunker busters were meant to do and the impact of dropping 30,000 pounds of multiple GBUs would have had on any facility. This isn't the actual footage. But it was important for Pete Hegseth to take control of the narrative, especially after leaked initial intel reports suggested that Operation Midnight Hammer may not have been as lethal to Iran's nuclear program as it had been claimed. And with that in mind, Hegseth also launched into the media, shooting the messenger and ascribing all kinds of motives.
Because you, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps, because you cheer against Trump so hard, it's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump, because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes. You have to hope maybe they weren't effective. Maybe the way the Trump administration has represented them isn't true. So let's take half-truths, spun information, leaked information, and then spin it in every way we can to try to cause doubt and manipulate the public mind over whether or not our brave pilots were successful. How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, fly a plane for 36 hours? Has MSNBC done that story? Has Fox? Have we done the story how hard that is? Have we done it 2 or 3 times so that American people understand? How about how difficult it is to shoot a drone from an F-15 or 16 or F-22 or F-35, or what it's like to man a Patriot battery, or how hard it is to refuel midair, giving the American people an understanding of how complex and sophisticated this mission really was. There are so many aspects of what our brave men and women did that because of the hatred of this press corps are undermined because your people are trying to leak and spin that it wasn't successful. It's irresponsible. And folks in this room are privy to that information because of the proximity here in the Pentagon. It's an important responsibility. And time and time again, classified information is leaked or peddled for political purposes to try to make the president look bad. And what's really happening is you're undermining the success of incredible B-2 pilots and incredible F-35 pilots and incredible refuelers and incredible air defenders who accomplished their mission, set back a nuclear program in ways that other presidents would have dreamed. How about we celebrate that? How about we talk about how special America is, that only we have these capabilities? I think it's too much to ask, unfortunately, for the fake news. So we're used to that. But we also have an opportunity to stand at the podium and read the truth of what's really happening. And the reality is you want to call it destroyed, you want to call it defeated, you want to call it obliterated, choose your word. This was an historically successful attack, and we should celebrate it as Americans. And it gives us a chance to have peace, chance to have a deal, and an opportunity to prevent a nuclear Iran, which is something President Trump talked about for 20 years, and no other presidents had the courage to actually do.
President Trump backed Hegseth, calling media speculation fake news, and insisted removing uranium would have been too slow and dangerous for Iran. Hegseth echoed Trump, branding the operation a historic success and asserting the nuclear capabilities were severely harmed. So, what's Iran saying? Iran itself hinted that it had preemptively emptied bunkers at Fordo to avoid losing valuable material. In his first public message since the ceasefire between Iran and Israel, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei appeared on state TV to warn the world. If the US strikes again, Iran won't hesitate to hit back. This time the target would be American military bases across the Middle East. The Supreme Leader's response and recorded message comes days after his absence from the public arena had started raising concerns. Khamenei framed the recent 12-day conflict as a victory, pointing to Iran's missile strike on the large US airbase in Qatar as proof. He dismissed President Trump's claims of annihilating Iran's nuclear program, saying Washington got nothing meaningful out of the strikes, though Iran's foreign minister has said the sites have suffered big damage. Rejecting calls for unconditional capitulation, Khamenei stressed Iran would never surrender. He emphasized that Iran's ability to strike US bases whenever it chooses is a major incident and one that could be repeated if provoked again. Make no mistake, these are times of conflicting narratives. Iran says it has won. Israel says it has won. Even the US says it has won. But there are no definitive answers on the extent of impact, not just to Iran's nuclear sites, but also to its nuclear program just yet. For more such stories, subscribe to SNG News, hit the like button and follow for more news updates.